Not gonna lie, being a Kashimo fan is kind of tough, especially in these times. Because what in the absolute fuck am I looking at right now, bro? Who did this? My king, my goat. Domain diff? What the fuck is a domain diff? What do you mean he wasn't the strongest of his time? Ryu Ishigori over Kashimo? Mythical Beast Amber is a draw if he uses it. What the fuck? Akari wasn't trying in his fight. Hey yo, what the fuck? So yeah, that's what I've been hearing about Kashimo lately, and it's a little bullcrap. And I'm gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna talk about my opinion on the matter and just some shit that isn't true and shit that fans have just been pulling out their ass. Hope y'all enjoy.
And here we go.
I don't know why people talk about Ryu versus Kashimo. It's probably because anime just ended and anime upscale that Ryu got. Let's get something out the way. NBA no diss Ryu. I don't care what people say. Even in base, I still think base Kashimo beats Ryu. Now again, I am not a Ryu hater. Ryu's my second favorite character, I'm not gonna lie. Like it goes Kashimo, Ryu, Akari. Those are my fucking favorite characters. So I'm not being biased. I'm not. I'm really not. And I don't know where this agenda came from that Kashimo was quote unquote ducking Ryu. That's just some shit Kashimo haters made up. Because they cannot accept the fact that Kashimo was indeed the strongest of his time. He has been narratively implied to be the strongest of his time. Like Ryu Ishigori with the highest CE output said, I fought many worthy opponents. Meanwhile, Kashimo said everybody he has ever fought was dirt beneath his feet. He could not communicate with anyone in his time. Like, bro, it doesn't take no complicated ass power scaling bullshit to see Kashimo is stronger than Ryu. Even without power scaling, it's narratively shown. Like, don't get me wrong, this whole video is not just about to be, oh, narrative. No. I'm actually going to show feats. Already off the bat, Kashimo has relative stats to all the heavy hitters. Even if you think it's on the low end, he has relative stats to them. So he's going to be able to box with Ryu. Ryu isn't dominating him. It's not happening, bro. Let's talk about the lightning bolt. Because Ryu glazers would be like, oh, he has so much durability. The lightning bolt isn't going to do anything. Oh, he can just palm it. Oh, or can sky manipulation the lightning bolt away. Oh, the lightning bolt has 0 feet. Oh, the lightning bolt could even kill Sukino. Oh, it's not a true hit effect. People glaze the living shit out of this one feat of Ryu taking a dismantle point blank. Don't get me wrong, it's a good feat. Probably one of the best durability feats in the verse. But characters like Yorozu have shown the same thing. That doesn't mean he can take every single attack in the verse. And especially when you actually look into how the lightning bolt works. Now, I know I'm going to piss off a lot of Kashimo haters and a lot of Kashimo down players. I don't care, they can cope. But the lightning bolt, the lightning discharge, has been shown to be durability negation. Period. Not like Fleet. It doesn't scale to the output or the durability of the opponent. No. It's different. It's semi-durineg. Semi. When Kashimo applies the charges to his opponent, he discharges the energy, creating the lightning bolt. It goes inside the opponent and explodes. It's not a normal projectile. It simply is not. It's internal damage. Everybody that Kashimo has fought, no one has been shown to just straight up take the lightning bolt. I find it funny. People try to argue with me that, oh, it did no damage to Sukuna. He fully reincarnated. Any damage that was dealt would have went away. Even then, you can't even prove that because we don't know if Sukuna got hit by the lightning bolt and then he reincarnated, or if he reincarnated as the lightning bolt was in his body. There's no way to prove it. And therefore, there is no way to prove Kashimo lightning bolt isn't doing damage to someone like Ryu. There's no way to prove it. So he's not fucking palming the lightning bolt. Someone like Maki, Toji, Ryu, or Yuji Itadori, they're not just gonna take the lightning bolt and not lose a hand or an arm. Now hold on, let me actually go back to the whole Kashimo ducking Ryu thing. Like I said, that's something that Kashimo haters made up. Kashimo never ducked Ryu. He specifically said to Kenjaku, that's quite far. This is no time to get careless. As he's dying from fucking cancer, bro. That's not him ducking a fade. He doesn't want to waste his time going somewhere that he probably won't even make it to just to find out. Ryu couldn't answer his question. So he asked Kenjaku, who was the strongest sorcerer you know? And Kenjaku said, Sukuna. End of story. Kashimo didn't duck Ryu. Now I will say this, you can definitely make arguments for Ryu beating base Kashimo. I can see it. But when it comes to hand-to-hand, Kashimo has better showings of pure combat skill. And Ryu's the type of dude who want to keep the fight going and try and get close. He's not going to just sit back. and spam granite blast. Even then, Kashimo has relative stats to the heavy hitters. He's going to be able to dodge his granite blast. And let me go ahead and debunk this domain diffing bullshit real quick. So, right about now, a Ryu fan would say, oh, his domain expansion. Don't know what his domain expansion does. And don't give me the argument, oh, it has a lethal sure hit effect. We don't even know if he has a lethal domain. For all we know, he could have a non-lethal domain. Like, we don't know. And even then, he's not popping that shit at the beginning of the fight. And once that first lightning bolt comes out, he's going to lose an arm. He's not going to be able to make the hand signs to pop the domain. Now, if you want to go out of character, okay, I guess I can just have Kashimo using Mythical Beast Saber and Blitz Ryu. The end. And even then, Kashimo has Hollow Wicker Basket, which, being honest, is kind of better than Simple Domain. He doesn't have to hold his hands together. He only has to hold his hands together to prevent it from breaking. So if it starts breaking, then he can start holding his hands. But yes, Kashimo is the strongest of his time. Ryu isn't beating Kashimo. He's sure as hell not beating Mythical Beast Saber Kashimo. Hell no. Saying he beats base Kashimo is being generous. There is no other character you can say that has been shown in the Edo period that is. Let me fucking stop because one of my fucking friends, I'm like a D1 Kashimo fan. So I was in call one day with one of my friends. They're like, Kashimo was ducking Miyamoto Musashi. I'm like, we can't beat that ass. Okay, back to the subject. Kashimo haters will try and use the fact, apparently, there was a 6 Eyes and a 10 Shadows user in the Edo period. Even though Gojo said that it could be the Edo period, he doesn't know. He said it could have been other periods. So Kashimo is the strongest of his era. He wasn't ducking Ryu. He's not losing to Miyamoto Musashi. And there was no 6 Eyes and 10 Shadows user in his era. And it's quite funny when people try and argue, oh, he's not top 10. He has no domain and no RCT. What does that prove? In Pacific matchups, him not having RCT does matter. But that doesn't mean he's not top 10. Like, let's be for real. His hacks make up for that. Not to mention, in Mythical Beast Saber, he can regen organs and body parts by using electricity. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Kashimo's domain, which means he probably doesn't have one, but I don't think that takes away too much. Realistically, he doesn't even need one. People use domains to guarantee a hit on somebody, which Kashimo literally has for less requirements and less of a risk, which I already proved in the lightning bolt would do damage to people even with high durability. Now, I don't have the panel, but Maki taking New Age Lightning from Sukuna doesn't prove anything, because there is no evidence that supports New Age Lightning from Sukuna is exactly like Kashimo's Lightning. Kashimo's CE trait was compared to New Age Lightning, not his guaranteed Lightning Bolt. Even if you want to say, yes, he took Lightning, it's so inconsistent. I need to talk about Kashimo's performance against Hikari, because Hikari fans are one of the most brain-rotted people I ever seen, bro. Like, it's quite funny to me. Hikari fans will slander Kashimo to the grave when their character relies on one statement to be relative in the story. He legit relies on Kashimo for his best feats. Now, I don't use the fact that Hikari threw Kashimo in the water against him. It was all battle IQ. Even the Binding Vow, battle IQ. Even Kashimo says Hikari was right to throw him in the water. But when you tell a Hikari fan that Hikari needed the water, which really doesn't say much, which Hikari did need that water, they'll act like Hikari could have one-shotted Kashimo at any time in that fight.
Oh, Hikari wasn't trying. Oh, he was speed-blitzing him. He was trying. He could have just knocked him out.
When has Hikari ever knocked out anyone in JJK? Only person you can argue he knocked out is Charles, which, come on. That's being generous. He didn't even really knock out Charles, being honest. Like, he couldn't even knock out Harane. He couldn't even knock out a no CE Kashimo. Like, people like to downplay Kashimo because he was getting, quote-unquote, blitzed by Hikari, when Hikari was worked up. This is the Hikari that should be stronger than Yuta, going by this statement. Even then, Kashimo was able to counter this, and was able to react. When Hikari said, oh, I'm gonna start wailing on him, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna take him out, he couldn't knock Kashimo out. He did almost 0 damage. Only thing he did to Kashimo was give him a bit of bruises and a fucking nosebleed. Hikari is not a blitz tier above Kashimo. He simply is not. This is not a blitz. Hikari is simply faster. Kashimo was able to make space for his lightning bolt and get out of Hikari's grip. Hikari is not a blitz level above Kashimo. He simply is not. This fight was painted as them both being relative opponents. He did not come close once to knocking out Kashimo. And I see Hikari fans like, oh, Kashimo's peoples are gone. He's knocked out. So going by that logic, I guess they're both knocked out here. This is what being knocked out is. Even if we say Hikari quote unquote knocked out Kashimo, which you can't prove, Hikari fans, you can't prove it. Kashimo knocked out Hikari too. And if we're gonna show panels like this by a Hikari fan's logic, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kashimo's peoples are gone here, so are you gonna say a base Hikari knocked out Kashimo at the same time he knocked him out? Oh my god. Hikari fans know how to piss me off. Pretty much it for Kashimo and Hikari. These characters are both underrated and they are definitely top 10. If you don't include Modulo. Being honest, I don't really hate Hikari fans. I mainly hate one fan, Wes's Gambler. All this guy knows how to do is say nothing burger arguments and just glaze Hikari. Now, I see most of Gambler's kashimo slander videos, and I don't agree with them at all, hell no. But he made his final one recently. Apparently, it's his final one. Crazy statement, by the way, which is unprovable. But I did make a big comment on this video too. And I said, don't reply for like a 15-minute video. And then, he started saying, oh, ChatGPT, BS. So, but I'm going to start talking about other stuff. I'm not going to keep yapping about Hikari and Wes's Gambler. One thing I will say, though, real quick is base Kashimo and base Hikari are not relative. They are not. Base Kashimo was putting the beats on base Hikari in his own domain with domain buff. He was outspeeding him and out hand-to-handing him. And don't fucking say, oh, Gojo and Sukuna was relative in their domain buffs. That is a whole different tier of strength. That is irrelevant. I don't know. I might have to make like a series where I just slander Hikari, bro. I don't know. Before I talk about his performance against Sukuna, I need to talk about what Kashimo was killed by. Because a lot of people will whack on his durability about, he died to regular dismantles, so he loses to such and such. What does Kashimo dying to these regular dismantles prove? Now, there's no way to prove that this is World Cut, or this is some alternate dismantle combined with World Cut. But to say these are quote-unquote regular dismantles goes against what the narrative of this fight was even supposed to be. Like, and I see people try to compare this to the dismantle net, apparently, that he shot in Yuta's domain. Like, are we dead ass? Are we comparing this to this? They look completely fucking different. Like, to me, this just looks like this. And like with the waffle dismantle, we don't even know how big this shit was, bro. It covers the entire fucking panel. So even if you can prove these are the same attacks, this one's fucking bigger. And again, it doesn't matter because they're pumping themselves full of RCT. They didn't take shit. Look at them. Look at Yuta. Look at his fucking eye. Are you gonna sit here and tell me they didn't just pump themselves full of RCT? Like, even with this, other characters are dying to this shit, bro. Like, I will easily argue, despite his good durability feat, Ryu might get clapped up by this. He might. Yorozu will probably get clapped up by this. And my big thing is, didn't Sukuna's output get lowered at this point? Like, what are we talking about? People try to get on him for the fact he lasted 2 chapters, or a chapter and a half. It's 2 chapters. But Maharaga lasted 2 chapters. Jogo lasted a couple fucking pages. Even Maki lasted about 2 chapters. Kashimo lasting 2 chapters isn't an anti-feat. The only reason why people don't talk shit about Maharaga is because of the fucking anime adaptation, bro. Anime upscale. That's why people don't talk shit about Jogo no more. Anime upscale. That's why people talk about Naya and Glaze living shit out of Naya. Anime upscale. Alright, let me stop coping and actually go over this fight. First thing, I need to talk about the Sukuna that Kashimo fought. See, a lot of people will downplay the Sukuna and act like he's fucking crippled. He's barely moving. Oh my god, Hollow Purple just happened. This Sukuna is about to die. 1 HP. When the ice melted and it turned into water, all his bruises and scars lost off him. All he had was a gone arm, eye was a bit messed up, and his CE output was low. Which, okay, all the other guys fight Sukuna with even lower CE output. Like, come on. Okay, but we need to gauge how strong NBA Kashimo's stat increase was. Because Kashimo is heavy hitter level. No matter what anybody says. And this panel doesn't really prove anything. It just proves full power, all-out jackpot Hikari is superior than Kashimo. Which, going by the statement, he should be superior than Yuta. Should be. In raw stats, he should be superior than Yuta. Like, if Hikari was really a blitz tier above Kashimo, Why didn't he just blitz him and grab him and throw him in the water if he was really a blitz tier above him? Even Ryu, by the end of his fight, he was getting manhandled. Again, even with this, Kashimo was shown to be able to react and was just able to take his attacks with no significant damage. Like, I don't know, he'll probably might just be a pillow puncher. So Kashimo is heavy hitter level. In base, y'all can clip in my comments. Like, to say that you can't scale the speed amp of Mythical Beast Amber, or it's not that big, it's stupid. He goes from this to this. Like, yo, shut the fuck. Now, let me go ahead and debunk this real quick, because this is the dumbest argument I have ever seen. So people will try to debunk Kashimo's reaction feats and relativity to Sukuna by saying, oh, he got blitz. So we're calling this a blitz? Let's not go over the fact that Kashimo was blinded by lightning. And no, just because he has x-ray vision doesn't mean he can't be blinded. Like, what type of argument is that, bro? You can't even prove that. You would have to prove that Kashimo has Superman levels of x-ray vision. And here's my question to Kashimo haters. Why did Sukuna feel the need to blind Kashimo and then try and go around him? Because Sukuna felt the need to watch out for the EM waves. Sukuna felt the need to do that. Sukuna felt the need to put the Kamatoke in his mouth and use all of his fucking arms on Kashimo. That's something that he did not do against Hikaruma or Yuji right after the fight. And this is not, oh, Kashimo's top 3. This is not that type of video. I don't even think he's top 5. Like, here's my tier list. No, Hikari's not fucking top 10. Cry in my fucking comments. Sure, you can argue he beats Ryu. Even then, I would still argue Yuki or Kurushi any day. I don't hate Hikari. I don't. Alright, I'm getting off topic. Back to my point. To say Sukuna was just toying around with Kashimo is just a lie. It's just a lie. Now, did Sukuna try the hardest on Kashimo? No. Did Sukuna try a little bit on Kashimo and took Kashimo serious? Yeah. Like, I see people trying to argue Kusakabe beats Kashimo. Kusakabe fought a weaker, not trying Sukuna. It is a big difference. And the same thing applies to Miguel. Miguel's not beating Kashimo. Get the fuck out of my face with that. Like, LARP Kaizen, bro. Turn us the LARP! Because this is a fatal rating competition! When it comes to Kashimo's performance against Sukuna, he had a similar performance. I'm not saying it's as good, but definitely on the same level as Maki. Against a stronger Sukuna, and Sukuna has more arms, but this Sukuna was trying more, which I don't think really matters. Because she got absolutely blitzed by the Sukuna. And here's the shit that people don't like taking into consideration. There are multiple times where Maki gets knocked away and Sukuna has an opportunity to finish her, and people like Kusakabe and these grade 1 pops in. No one takes that into consideration. She's having help mid-fight. This is why I give Yuta fans the side-eye when they talk about their character having the best performance against Sukuna. Like, yeah, obviously, if you're jumping someone, you're gonna have a better performance than someone 1v1ing someone. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Yuta, but still, jumping someone changes the fight a lot. So when people say, oh, Kashimo's unscalable, he's not even top 10, his feats are lackluster, he's not impressive, that's just them being disingenuous and being biased. Like, Kashimo dodging World Cut is impressive. It simply is. I don't give 2 fucks about this warning, it doesn't prove anything. He's in mid-air in the middle of his own attack. And it's point blank too. It was a point blank dismantle that arguably didn't even travel. Like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Kashimo wouldn't be able to dodge a fucking World Cut if Sukuna just sat there and fucking chanted. Even with Maki has precog. She pretty much got a warning herself. So Kashimo's reaction feat to World Cutting Slash is just as good, if not better, than Maki's reaction feat. I do not care. Another thing that people like to disregard of Kashimo is the fact that Kashimo was able to make Sukuna transform. He blatantly was. Weakened or not. He had the AP to do it. Let me go ahead and list characters that can't do it. Hikari's not doing it. Sukuna would just be able to sit back, spam Thunderbolts, and get his fucking CE output back. And then boom, RCT. Maki's not doing it. Gale's not doing it. Kusakabe's not doing it. Hikaruma ain't doing it either. He's not. The only people in the anti-Sukuna squad that would be able to make this Sukuna transform is Kashimo and Yuta. That's it. And maybe Yuji. Maybe Yuji. Like, I'm not even trying to glaze Kashimo. Kashimo haters. I am trying to find a neutral ground for us to put Kashimo. He's definitely top 10. He's not top 3. And he's not top 5. I think I said everything I wanted to say. If I really wanted to, I could talk about how Kashimo's Curse Energy trait would be very effective against people like Yuji, Hikaruma, Maki, Jogo, but I'm not going to talk about that. So overall, how strong is Kashimo? Let's look. Base Kashimo is definitely heavy hitter level, even if you think it's on the low end. He's definitely heavy hitter level. He's above base Akari, and he was shown to be able to go relative with Jackpot Hikari. With Hikari having better speed. When he enters in Mythical Beast Amber, he dusts Hikari. That speed gap that they had is no longer there. Mythical Beast Amber Kashimo dusts Hikari. There's nothing more to be said. I'm not going to show evidence. I don't need to. And Kashimo will be able to contend with Yuta. Now, Yuta fans, I am not saying Kashimo can win. I'm saying that he can contend with Yuta. Meaning that Yuta isn't no dipping him. He's not. Let's go over this one more time. Kashimo's top 10. Hikari is not a bliss tier above Kashimo. Kashimo was the strongest of his time. He didn't duck Ryu. Miyamoto Musashi was never mentioned in JJK. Sukuna did take Kashimo serious when they fought. Kashima's lightning bolt is doing damage to people. That's all I have to say. My next video, I might talk about Tech Jacket. Oh god, not her. We're talking about the GOAT, Zack. Turn up the alarm!